Wondering, do you really have to follow every step of your pediatric physiotherapy program for your child with special needs? Surely, as your child grows up and makes their decision, after all, at 3, when they can speak, they should be able to choose what they want or not want to do, isn't it? Hi there, it's Neesha from My Favourite Physio. In today's video, I'm jumping in to share with you a case study of a little one who we know of. So this little one came to our clinic when she was 6 months old. She has hemiplegic cerebral palsy affecting 1/2 of her body. We were able to help this little one learn to roll, to sit, to crawl on hands and knees using both arms and legs equally, to learning to pull to stand and to walk. We were really excited when she was walking at 18 months old without the use of any walking aids. So she has what we would call level 1 cerebral palsy, which means that she can walk without any equipment. Now with cerebral palsy, as the little one grows, their treatment needs to continue to evolve. And that would require having serial casting to her foot, and for this child, even her arm, because her arm was contracted upwards. So we had to be using serial casting for her legs. We needed good shoes on at all times. We needed dictus bands on her legs. And we needed to do this cycle of serial casting as she grew up. With her arm, we were doing bracing, we were doing serial casting to open her hands and her elbows, and we were requiring her to wear a customized glove. Now, as she grows up and is vocal, she decides, I don't want it. She pulls it off. She doesn't want to have any casting, and she makes life a little bit more challenging at home for mom and dad. We totally understand. It is challenging for parents when you have a little one with special needs. However, a little one at 3 years old is not able to make the right choices for their best interests. And that's where parents have to be informed about the consequences of not doing early intervention treatments and the benefits of doing so. Now, this family has chosen to let their child speak her mind and to choose her treatments, whether she would comply or not comply with certain things. They then went away overseas, and they have now come back 3 years later, and unfortunately she's now presenting with a very, very tight elbow and wrist muscles. So she's extremely contracted on one arm, and her legs are very contracted as well. So her foot is onto her toes, and she's really just not able to walk properly. As a result, you'll find her using her dominant side more, and now over time we're seeing her whole spine has twisted as well. So she is now at a point whereby she's needing a lot more intervention to stretch out her hands, to stretch out her calf muscle, to try and correct her spine before it gets too stiff and in one direction. And if we don't start doing these interventions, she may well be looking at needing surgery to correct her spine, because over time this muscle imbalance is going to pull her spine one direction, and if it gets very, very curved, they're going to need to operate to straighten her up. Now, this family is obviously not happy with the outcomes of their child. They acknowledged that for 3 years while they're overseas, they didn't follow through on treatment, and they were following whatever their child wanted. So the challenge is, how do we move forward from here? So the family will have to consider their options. We certainly can help them in many ways, including serial casting, customized dynamic garment orthosis for their bodies to make sure that we try and keep their spine from getting too bent. We can do radial shockwave therapy to reduce spasticity and stretch out their muscles. We can do bracing, night splints, dynamic taping to try and get more function back into that arm and leg. However, the family needs to make that decision of, do they take the lead as parents to make decisions to help their child achieve their best potential, or they let their child lead the decisions which they have up till now. This is often a very challenging space for families and therapists, and ultimately as pediatric physiotherapists, we respect families' decisions, as we understand that is their child and they know best for their child. So I thought I would jump in and share that lesson because it is avoidable, and often many of our children, 99% of our kids, actually follow through on all our treatment recommendations and often come out with great outcomes over the years as they evolve and develop. Their cerebral palsy impairments are managed and controlled optimally. So if you have a little one with special needs and you would like to speak to one of our expert pediatric physiotherapists here at My Favourite Physio to find out options and consequences or benefits of different treatments, why don't you ring us here at My Favourite Physio? The number to ring is 02-9790-4233. And if you know somebody out there with a little one with special needs and they're struggling between should we follow the treatment programs or not, why don't you like and share this video with them? Until next time, have a fantastic day. Bye.